today's talk. Ken and I were texting about how we could do this thing together, where we would, I don't know, hop on a call maybe once a week. We didn't really get into specifics. I was going to practice and I had work last night, so, but how we could hop on calls together and then kind of just like hold each other accountable while creating, but also just like help each other in whatever realms we want to take it, because I think him and I are both very much at the beginning part of him and I wanting to be creative, and with those ventures just kind of as a passive side time gig. I'm going to kind of talk about track today because I tried to talk about it yesterday. Didn't record audio, so I had a 30-minute segment, 25-minute segment that was just about track training. This is going to be a time more narrow. I'm going to keep giving these pretty much in 15 minutes for a while, just so they're consumable for parents and hermanos and amigos, if probably not. Okay, track goals for this year. We have a time trial and indoor before we even get to like competitions. At 300-meter time trial and a 45-second run. 300-meter time trial is kind of self-explanatory. 300 meters, what do I run? 45 seconds run I've never done before, especially that early. So that's going to be very interesting to see what I'm going to run for that. So hopefully with that, ideally I run like 32 because it's outdoor. And that's kind of what the guys have been running. And yesterday I had a really good workout. So, and like I beat the third best guy, because they're still like feeling me out, still feeling them out. But we're getting there. Indoor goals. 47 mid-low indoor for the 400, and then 20-point high indoor for the 200. And those can kind of be like soft. Like I opened up last year with a 47.7 indoor, and then because of the meets we went to at Buffalo and the switching of indoor tracks, I wasn't really excuses. I didn't put a better time up than that, but that's honestly a pretty good indoor time for the 4. It basically sets me up to run 47, 46 mid and outdoor, and then 20-point indoor. And I'm kind of like loose on both these, which would whatever one I focus on, because I'm going to be probably running the 4x4 at conference as well, and ideally that conference will be a meet where I'm trying to put some stuff together for indoor and get some good marks to kind of have a good foundation for outdoor. And given most people and know, for me, like indoor is basically like a midterm. It's basically see where you're at, see how you're feeling, aches, pains. Like you never feel good during track season. Like you're always kind of hurting and eating those days. So it's basically just figuring out where I'll be at that point and how my body feels, because this is a much less intense preseason that I've done. We're doing a lot more aerobic work, longer stuff, which I haven't done before, as in repeats 800s, repeats 600s, which I have not done for 4 years. So it's very, very new to my system. Hopefully it's a good stimulus. And yeah, we will see how it is. And there's guys to train with, and he said I'm going to be a hybrid, so I'm going to be a mix of with the short group, so like the 100, 200 group, and also the 200, 400 group. I'm going to bounce between the real main workouts. So, because I think he's seeing, because at first he saw how we did this 800 workout, I really didn't do well for it. And then I did a 600 workout, I did a lot better, because in my brain, I know mentally, doing 800 for repetitions, ridiculous. Like, my brain is just like, I'll be coming around, and given I'm running slow, these are like 3-minute 800s, like a minute, like 90-second quarters. Like these are very slow, and I suck at them. It's the first workout I have dropped out of in a really long time. So yeah, did the 600s, did really well in the 600s. We have another workout, really hard workout tomorrow. Excited for that. I'm either doing 500s or 600s. I don't know which one I'm doing. I'm still seeing what he has me do, but there's also trust between him and I being built. But ideally, back to the goals, that's around where I'll be at. for indoor. Outdoor is way more important. I'd rather me run absolute atrocious indoor, and then me have an amazing season outdoor, than me run really well indoor, and then I'll run well outdoor. 46 low outdoor, if not 45. Like, I've done race simulations, talked about yesterday. Not gonna get into it because it took me like a long time to talk about it, but I've done stuff where basically I'm in that range no matter what. There's no reason I shouldn't be in that range of running 46 mid to low, if not 45 high outdoor, if not more. Like, there's a lot of stuff that could happen. And then 20-point mid, so ideally 20.6 or faster. And then if I run 100s, 10-4. And then the overarching goal is to run those to get to regionals. And whether that's a 4x4, which would be fine, but ideally I would make regionals. And for regionals, there's a database for all collegiate running for D1, and there's different D1, D2, D3, NAIA, and JUCO. And it's the list of all the meets that run and the rankings of people. And so for indoor, there are no regionals. It's just top 16 in the nation goes to nationals. That's ridiculous. I think last year with my conversion of the 21.39 on the flat, it was like a 21 flat conversion, and I was like 61st in the nation, which is the highest I've ever been ranked closing out a season. I'll check it after this. Don't quote me on that. I was definitely top 75. I'd not to sick statistic. Still got work to do though. And then for outdoor regionals, to get to regionals, you have to be top 48 in your section. When I say section, there's two sections. There's East and West. So West Coast, they kind of draw a line from like Minnesota down. Yeah, LSU's on West. LSU, Mississippi State's on West. Bama's on East. It's kind of like if this is the United States, California, New York. I'm doing it from my point of view, but they kind of cut it because the East is way more populated with schools than the West. It's be top 48 in the region. It's substantially harder to qualify in the Eastern Conference than the Western Conference. Don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. For the 400, there's about like a half second difference in the guys who make it for the West versus the East, and then there's about a 0.2. Last year, there's like a 0.28 difference between the guys who made it for the worst guy to make it for the West Conference versus East Conference. I didn't run it outdoor last year, redshirted, so I have a full year this year. But ideally, get there and just compete. The first lane assignments for that is completely random, so you could be walking in with a world lead, and for the lane assignments for regionals, just making sure that my brain isn't getting farther ahead. And you could get lane 1, you can get lane 9, doesn't matter. So everyone's like, whatever happens. I honestly would not care as of right now if that's for the 4 or the 2. It would be amazing if it was both. I think I could do both. I think I would have qualified last year. My times definitely predicted that. I mean, pretty easily. The fact that I ran the time that I did on the flat 200, I was looking really good. Where I was talking to Virginia Tech for a while. Their head coach had a guy. He used to coach at NAU, Northern Arizona University. And they had a guy who ran 21 the same time as me, indoor on a flat 2. There's a conversion from flat 2s to the actual banked 2s, just so we're, and he ended up running like 20.5 outdoor. Given that's just the trajectory, that's a vague assessment, but that's kind of it kind of ends up well. I should have been around that. So those are the goals. Yeah, and the training right now is we're definitely still in preseason, but we have like 2 more weeks, and then we kind of really start hammering. And October is a really big month for that, so I'm excited. But I think that's all I'm going to probably say about track for right now. Going to a Dylan Gossett concert today. First concert in a while. I haven't gone to a concert in a minute. What's the last concert I went to? Oh, that's not true. I went to some country artist with Autumn. Any live music I like, especially when they're confident. I think most of them are. But most live music is really cool. I've loved this guy for a while. Supposed to go last year with Kale and Ty, around Easter, I think, or the couple weeks beforehand, and I don't know when it was. Kale bought tickets, and then unfortunately Kale got sick, so we weren't able to go. But I'm excited I'm finally able to go to this. Autumn's coming in for that. So yeah, excited for that. He's one of my favorite artists. Like him and Sam Barber are probably like 1 and 2 right now. I've kind of been in. I love these. Got these. These are the Sony XM6s. It was just a combined gift for this next season because my birthday is really close to Christmas. So it was a combined gift. But I love them. They're sick. The sound quality is amazing. This noise canceling are ridiculous. Like, yeah, if I don't have anything playing on them, it muffles like 80% of it. I still hear tiny bit. But if I have no music or something playing, and I have the noise canceling on, the ANC, I can't hear anything. Like, someone could be right next to me talking to me, like, kind of even, like, loud, and I wouldn't hear. Like, it's actually, which I love. I love being in my own cocoon. I love nooks. I don't know why. But,
oh my god, it's not working.
Our washer's having problems. So, like I said, the washer's right outside my door, so that is one of my roommates who, stuff is in the wash and it's not working. So, yeah. But, so I'll talk about this for the next couple minutes, the next 3 to 5. I'm gonna point, like I said, off social media, but I have these temptations to go back where I'm like, oh, what happens if people are following me, which I shouldn't even care about. Again, it's just like, keep myself accountable, and it's holding myself to that standard. And I think I'm realizing, like, it's very easy to make excuses why not to do things. I know it's been a thing, but that's just what I'm realizing firsthand. It's so easy to just make excuses of why to not do stuff, right? So I guess I just gotta cut it out and really just start doing the stuff that I enjoy, as in, like, playing guitar and, like, being creative. Like, I shouldn't be scared. Like, what's the point of being scared? Like, hypothetically, like, I got really subconscious because I was playing guitar, singing, and then, like, my roommate heard me. Then I heard him, like, talking to, they were at a football game, but I heard him, like, making fun of it. Like he was like, oh, I came in and they were singing, and they all started, like, making opera sounds. I was like, all right, I don't care that much. Not the best feeling, but, like, again, I didn't really care. Like, now I'm like, all right, whatever. But I do it in an empty house, but there's ways I can work around it if I really care about it. I think that's it. If I really care about something, I will put my time into it, whether that's creating something new, if I like playing guitar, doing that. It's just figuring out what I want to do and kind of just brainstorming those fronts. And I'm figuring out what I like and don't like. I feel like these next couple weeks and months for me are going to be very transformative, hopefully. I think holding myself accountable on a lot of fronts, especially with some of the new things coming. I'm getting a lot of experience in the industry ideally that I want, but it could completely change. I'm 22. I feel like one of the problems that I have is I feel like I need to have it all figured out right now.